Wes used a weapon. He beat a mentally challenged guy over the head with a weapon. We're going to talk about it right now. He didn't use nunchucks, by the way, just for the record. Let's get into it. Oh, the plot thickens. Oh, it's getting crazier. So if you've been living under an internet rock the last few days and you don't know what's going on, famous alpha male wannabe tough guy gangster Wes Watson has been all over social media telling people to come down to his gym and fight him.
When I pull up, I'm just hoping one of these ass bitches online was just man enough for me to respect and held their word and came and kicked my motherfucking ass. If you swear there's going to be an issue about telling gym people or anything, follow me out of the gym. It will just be me, and I will serve you pussies so bad it'll be the worst thing you ever did. Straight up. Send this video to your favorite Wes Watson call-out dude and tell him to suck my fucking dick and pull the fuck up. Straight up. Just tell him to stop talking. He gave you the address and the time. Go see if he's there, because he will be there. And I don't give a fuck. All you guys can fall off the face of the earth. And I'll never give a fuck about finding you or calling you out or boxing you. But if you want, you can come down to that address and get your ass fucking served.
And someone did just that. I've got to be careful with what I show on YouTube, but a guy pretty much rolled up to the gym, went straight over to Wes Watson, confronted him, actually pushed Wes. So he initiated the physical violence first, then Wes attacked the guy in a pretty bad manner and beat him up. A lot of people are saying Wes is about that life. He's proven himself. He's a legit alpha male. He's not a wannabe tough guy. He lives and breathes this shit. And then other people are saying it's not a good look for Wes Watson because the guy apparently is mentally challenged, handicapped, disabled, any of the above. Well, there's new information that's come to light surrounding this story, but also I'd just like to say this. In my last video, I mimicked the noises that the guy was making. And it seems like some people didn't really take kindly to that, and people said that I was mocking the mentally challenged. Someone even made an Instagram video about me, calling me out, saying that I'm a piece of shit, and I won my YouTube award for mocking handicapped people. You know that you've infiltrated the YouTube algorithm when people start making content about you on completely different platforms. That's me. No, but I wasn't mocking him. I was simply stating that Wes Watson described this guy as a street mother uffer, a gangster, a 7-foot giant who's about that life, and I said no guy who is about that life or who's a gangster is going to be there on the floor making those type of noises. Well, the thing is about that, is the guy even disabled? We don't even know for certain yet. Where this information that the guy is potentially disabled or handicapped or mentally challenged is the guys at the front desk in Elevation Gym said that he is, but the question that is still yet to be answered is, how do they know that that's the case? How do they know that he's disabled, especially with him just being on a day pass? If he was a regular gym member, then obviously they're going to know a bit more about him. So unless he's filled in some sort of PARQ form when he signs up to that day pass, then that's my question, is how does the front desk know that he's actually disabled? He also got carried out by the paramedics on a stretcher. If you're a gangster, you're going to wake up from being concussed and you'll crawl out that gym before you have a paramedic take you out of there just to keep your ego intact. So a key detail that we missed in the original footage and now has been confirmed by inside sources. Big shout out to John Bravo. We're speaking in the Instagram DMs right now. He's given me a lot of information on this situation, and a lot of new information is going to surface over the next few days or the next week or so. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed. But when we take a closer, zoomed in, slow motion look at the original footage, after Wes gets pushed by the guy, you can see him reaching for his belt, his weightlifting belt. Now, after you see Wes taking off his belt, the footage cuts to Wes beating him up on the floor. Now, according to inside sources, Wes took his weight belt off and cracked the guy over the head or in the face with his weightlifting belt. And just for anyone who's never used a weightlifting belt, they're quite heavy, they're very heavy duty, and especially if you're whipping someone with the metal end of the weight belt, that's a lot of weight behind it. You crack someone in the face like that, that's gonna hurt. Not to mention the little prongs on the end of the weight belt could friggin' stab someone in the eye. So the reason why Wes has cut that footage is because despite getting pushed by the 7-foot street motherfucker gangster, Wes then really escalated it by taking his belt off and bang. Now it's up to you to decide if that's self-defense or a reasonable use of force, and there's certainly an argument for that. Apparently the reason why he was making those noises is because Wes gouged his eyes. So he poked him in the eye. But my question I would like to propose is, did Wes gouge his eyes with his fingers? Or when Wes hit him with the weight belt, did those prongs on the end of the weightlifting belt actually catch him in the eye? Because if so, that's very painful. However, if you're a street gangster mother uffer, I still don't see you making those noises. I'm leaning on the side of I think he might be handicapped. Wes did a Q&A yesterday and someone has asked Wes to post the full footage. Here's his response.
You guys, I'm not going to glorify the violence. I don't glorify it. I'm not like you guys. I've lived that life my whole life. It's new to you guys. You guys like that shit because you never whoop no ass. I don't condone violence. Why do you think every time someone talked and filmed me, I just was the bigger man and I said, fuck it. The guy's just talking. He don't know what he's going to get. Just let him talk. But then the second somebody put their fucking hands on me, it was a wrap, okay? I don't condone it. I'll walk away. Even if you're talking shit, I'll keep stepping. I'll walk away. I don't want to hurt nobody, okay? I don't. This is the reality of it. But this is the facts. If you put your hands on another man, you better be fucking ready.
Now, I will give Wes the benefit of the doubt here. There has been another clip of him being confronted by a personal trainer where they got into it, went back and forth, and it got a little bit heated. And then Wes somewhat diffused the situation.
Come on, we know you're tough. Let's go.
This thing got legs.
What's that?
Big legs he got.
You want to see him?
Yeah, those are huge.
Let me see your legs.
Those are dope.
Yours first, bro. How old are you? I have to be first, sir.
39.
39? I'm 29, motherfucker.
Okay, yeah, you should
You're a
listen.
tough guy. I do. I mean, I thought you were a nice guy before I thank you just now. It was a very bad impression.
You guys took it the wrong way. That's how I thought. Have you seen my fucking content?
Of course I
Have
do.
you seen it? This is how I always talk.
I know. Get the fuck out.
Wes could have escalated it, but he didn't. He actually complimented the guy on his legs, which is a little gay. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube these days? I don't even know. What Wes is saying is that if someone puts hands on you, you've got a right to defend yourself, and that's obviously what he did in this case. Another thing we have to remember is when this lad came into the gym, he had his phone in his hand, and he set his phone down to film the altercation with him and Wes. The intention of this lad was to film the fight. You could say that the lad got what he went there for. It just didn't really work out in his favour. So we're still waiting on that unedited footage to surface, because the only footage we've really got to go off right now is the CCTV footage, which isn't really that clear, but I guarantee that video that the lad took is going to show a completely different side to the story, and I also guarantee that that video will eventually surface. The reason why there's going to be a delay to see that footage is because there's legal and police proceedings that they have to get through. So once all that dust is settled and the victim figures out the course of action, if he's going to sue Wes, or if Wes is even liable, if he can be sued and can have charges pressed against him, I think we're going to see that video surface, and I can't wait for it. So what do you guys think? Do you think Wes Watson was justified in taking his belt off and smacking the kid over the face with it? Do you think the lad is disabled? What do you think that raw, unedited footage is going to show us that we haven't seen just yet? Will it show a different side of the story? Who is the bad guy in this situation? Is it Wes Watson, or is it the guy who came into the gym? Once again, my point still stands that Wes was probably within his right to defend himself. Did he go a little bit too far? Potentially so, but then Wes has also brought all of this conflict upon himself because he was literally calling for it. So let me know all your thoughts down below. Like this video, subscribe for more updates. We will see this story right through to the end. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend. See you tomorrow.